All right, what's going on, everyone? TJ Leach here with a recap video of my March 9th, 2024 cross-country race up in Portage Lake, Maine. It was the Loon 100 New England cross-country snowmobile race. Buddy Collins, his wife and his sister did an incredible job putting this venue together. I just wanted to start off first by thanking him and his sponsors for providing a decent-sized purse for all the racers, as well as organizing and setting up organizing the event, setting up the pits, bathrooms, the registration tent, um, and the track. Scott Preston and some of his team from NEXC showed up and helped set up some of the track. So I want to also extend a thank you to him as well. What they did that was so awesome and extremely helpful, especially for people that were running ice setups, was they put a strip of snow on the edge of the parking lot, so you could just back your trailer up and then take the strip of snow down onto the water. The track conditions stayed frozen solid, except for one tiny little puddle on the straightaway. I was really surprised by that, just given the really warm temps on Friday. But for the most part, we had a solid, hard ice, tiny bit of snow, but that blew off on the main line on the track. The track also had a good mix of hairpin turns, sweepers, and straightaways. There were really only a handful of like true straightaways. There was always some subtle turns put in. It was just about a 6 mile track. Incredible track. It was so fun, and it was a good test of ice Le Mans skills with cornering, and then also testing some top end speed. My sled I had set up for ice. Eric at Shock Tech, can't thank him enough, helped me with slugging my rear shock and my front ski shocks down, and then we threw our full ice setup in. Another thanks to Ben Langus, gave me some tips on suspension setup. Ordered some parts before the race, was able to get them in and get a little bit of testing in the Friday before the race, and it was incredibly noticeable the difference in handling with those changes. I ran the Pro Open in the morning, the Pro Stock Loon 100 race, which was actually around 1 o'clock. It wasn't the last race of the day, which is really interesting. I preferred it. If anyone who was watching or spectating, they didn't have to wait till the very end of the day to see the pros duel it out, which was really cool. And then there's also an eliminator race where it was just one lap. All racers that signed up would go at once. The top 5 would qualify for the final, which was just another single lap, and then winner takes all, which was really cool. The Pro Open, I was pretty stoked. I was able to keep up for the most part. Didn't have a great start, but top end and cornering and line choice, I didn't absolutely fall off the pack, which made me happy. I was able to see the front pack. I was, maybe like under 100 yards away, and I could see them. I actually felt myself gain a little bit at times, but until those guys found the good lines, they then started to pull away, and that was evident in the stock Loon 100 mile race, which was 16 laps. I was having issues with overheating and in fuel light. I ended up having to pit twice just because I didn't know if I was going to run out of gas. I'm having I had flashbacks to my Quasic race when I ran out of gas, and I just didn't want that to happen, especially where my light kept coming on at the furthest part of the track, away from the fuel stop. It was annoying. I was holding third place and having a great battle with Scott Preston, but unfortunately, just cards weren't in my favor for that race. I was pretty bummed after that, and I wasn't really looking forward to the eliminator race, but I'm so glad I did it and stuck to it, because that was the most fun race of the day for me. There was really good battle. You could throw a blanket over pretty much everyone in just that one lap battle. Came out dead last in the first heat. and ended up passing and just making my way into that 5th qualifying spot. Conlon Savage and Eric Gleach and myself were just swapping like the last like quarter mile, and I risked it all and took the outside line. Was able to beat Eric for that final 5th place position. And then in the final, I ended up coming in 4th. I gotta tip my hat to Luke Vady. Kid is so fast, and it's really great to have him also racing out west in the Core Power Sports Series, and then racing here in the East, just to kind of put some perspective of how freaking fast those guys are out west, and having him come and race us and seeing how much we need to improve. There's a big disparity between East and West, or you could say Central, but East and West, and it gives me lights a good fire under me to, work harder, put more time into testing, and really get a fast setup, and also just get better at racing ice. Again, big thanks to Buddy Collins. Awesome event. He was great announcing, great at the awards ceremony.
You guys like that? Bring it back next year? What? Yeah. Maybe I'll be able to hang with you guys next year. I'm going out and start practicing tomorrow. So.
At Dean's Motor Lodge, which need to throw another thank you out to them for having us host the banquet there, and great food, by the way. If you're ever up in Portage Lake, stop there. Saturday night prime rib, delicious. And then lastly, big thanks to my sponsors, helping me get a good setup on my sled and helping me with gear and nutrition and supplements and everything. I can't thank them enough. I had a really good time despite the results, and though it's the last ice race of the season, I'm really looking forward to next year. I'm going to put a lot of time in the summer to really get ahead of the game and put myself in a really good position for that first ice race. I'd like to come in really well prepared and ready to race. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.